Hello and welcome to the channel. This is a new start, what will be a progressive change over the next few months for our 3-lap consistency challenge. Most time trial competitions will be 1 lap and you go out and you do your hot lap, you do your best and you get that 1 lap in and it's brilliant. For me, I like to work on consistency, and so I'm working on 3 laps in a row that are clean, and taking that to be the time, the average time over those 3 laps, so that you can't just go out and do 1 perfect lap. You've got to build up your consistency, kind of start working on that race pace idea rather than the hot lap idea. So the website is just up above there, but that will take you to this screen on the left, where at the moment we've just got Kyle Army in. I'm going to run it alongside SimGrid Seasons and their mini enduro. So as you practice for the mini enduro, use our server to practice that, but also get your times on the board and see how your race pace compares to others. So this is how you do it. Okay, so on the main title screen here, you come across to multiplayer. You come down to the server list at the bottom, and then if you've been choosing around and looking at servers, this is one of the worst UIs to do. As you can see now, if you look at the little red bar that's just down there, you've got to scroll all the way to the top, because every time you try and get to the search bar, which is at the top there, it says search for server by name. You can't do it. You have to scroll all the way to the top. Once you're at the top, you can then go to refresh list, then go to the right, and then you can hit your confirm button and you get to your the search. So then you can enter Shadow, and this will work on Xbox or PlayStation. We'll get 2 that come. Make sure your car's selected on the left there, that you've got the one that you want to enter into the lobby. And once you're done with that, you can then jump in. I'm just going to jump in. In fact, let's confirm that password for us whilst we're here. And we'll jump in, we'll hit G, and we'll confirm. There we go, and we're in. We're just in a free practice for a minute. It's just going to let it roll over onto the qualifying session. So we'll just let that go. We're going to go down to 20 litres of fuel just for our few laps that we want to do. Okay, so we have done some laps, and this is why we need the practice, because if you want to look at your laps, you can come into timetables when you're in the garage, and then come down and click on any name, and you can see what laps they're doing. If someone's already in, and it's already switched over to the qualifying, there's a bug in the game that won't let you see the times. So you do need to be in from the beginning to do this, or once this qualifying session is finished, it'll roll back to the free practice for a minute and then back to qualifying. And if you're in for that transition, then you'll be fine. But in we come. And as you can see, we've got our out lap here as lap 1. We did 2 laps and then we were up on our time, but we invalidated the lap because we were pushing. But there's 41.6 there. There is more available. But as soon as I started to push, I kept getting the off tracks. So then here's another out lap here. Lap 5 was an out lap. Then we did a 42.9, a 42.3. We pushed too hard and came off and ruined the next lap. And so then we jumped back to the pits. Lap 8 was another out lap. I believe the out laps you can see because they're slightly grey on the left-hand side. I think you can just make that out over there, that the 1, the 5, and the 8 are all slightly grey. So then we did, an out lap, and then on the first lap of that, pushed too hard. So I turned off a lot of the UI. This is something that I use often just to help me just forget about running times and just focusing on the race. And then didn't worry about times, and I just wanted to get the 3 laps in. And as you can see, I've done a 42.2. I then got slower with a 42.4 and then got slower with a 42.5, rather than normally I find you go the other way. So you can just go out and do laps to your heart's content. I happen to just have 1 set of 3 that's valid here, so my average time is going to be around the 42.4 mark on the site. But if you've done lots of them, it'll work out your best 3 and give you that average. Now, in how long does it take to load up to the website? It's anytime the qualifying session has finished or all the drivers leave. So if I sat in for another half an hour and then it went back to the practice, then in about 2 minutes, that will have uploaded to the site. And equally, if I leave now, then that will also create that. And we will jump over to the site now and have a look at the results. And it's not uploaded yet, so we'll just wait for 30 seconds. And there we go. So it's now updated, and you can see that I'm on there. We need to make that a little bit bigger for, for this screen, don't we? But it was there 42.41, which is where I thought we'd be roundabout. So there is 41s there for me, but that's the whole plan of this, is to go back and practice that consistency and slowly start to worry less about how quick we are and more about how consistent we are at just being able to lap time and time again. That's it. Go and jump in and have a go. Search for Shadow in the server list and go and run some laps. And good luck. Enjoy the mini enduro if you're entering this weekend. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks a lot now. Bye.